At Akola, we're about designing a woman's story, one that's bold, beautiful, and is breaking barriers. Our nonprofit business model provides transitional opportunity for women in crisis by creating impact product lines for retailers from Walmart to Neiman Marcus. Before I tell you more, let me go back to the beginning. I remember it this way. The walls were white and had newspaper clippings on them. The floor was brown and smelled of fresh earth. And there was a woman standing in the shadows and a roll of bamboo mats. And I asked her what they were for, and she said, children. Children sleep on these mats. And I thought, children on these mats on this floor, 24 children in a room no bigger than my closet. It was 2004, I was 19. I'd come to Uganda on a whim, and it was there that I met an amazing woman named Sarah, who sacrificed everything she had to care for 24 street children who slept on her floor. The story of my life changed that day, and out of Sarah's story, Akola, which means she works, was born. Akola's mission is to empower women to become agents of transformation in their families and communities through economic development. Over the past 10 years in Uganda, we've seen women who are so marginalized they could hardly look us in the eye start primary schools and run for office. They're redesigning their story and the lives of their family and communities. So back in Dallas in 2015, community leaders became aware and took note and asked if Akola could work in our city. They said there was a problem. They were funding amazing organizations who are rehabilitating women who are formerly incarcerated, sexually trafficked, women experiencing domestic violence, you name it. But the problem was women were going back into prostitution, back into poverty, back into jail because they had no economic alternative. While workforce development programs are designed to fill the gaps, they generally only take in stable women, leaving the unstable woman to fall through the cracks. We thought our model might be able to fill the gap. Over the past 2 years, we've designed a local model that takes women from crisis to stability. Here's how it works. We create partnerships with nonprofits in our city who refer women to us who've gone through their program and can't get a job. In the same way, workforce development programs can send us women they've had to reject because they're not yet stable enough to go through their program. We offer these women a living wage work opportunity, coaching and on-the-job training. Our goal is to get these women into the workforce development program of their dreams, whether it's hospitality, IT, retail, within 6 months. What's been so staggering to me after working with over 100 women in the past 2 years in Dallas is when women first came to us, only 40% of the women in our Dallas program could adequately feed their children. That's in our city. Their greatest day-to-day concern was the next meal. And after going through Akola's program, over 90% of the women say that food is no longer an issue. They're thinking about bigger and better things. And that's the first step to empowerment. So all of this has been made possible by the growth of our social enterprise. In 2016, Neiman Marcus took a huge risk. They launched a nonprofit jewelry company, Akola, through every single one of their stores nationwide. In our first season at Neiman Marcus, Akola Jewelry became a top 10 jewelry brand. And 2 years later, we're still in every single Neiman Marcus store. Since that time, we've secured contracts with Walmart, with JCPenney, and with the Home Shopping Network. And we have incredible retailers currently in our pipeline. So since we launched through Neiman Marcus, just through that opportunity, we were able to directly distribute over $500,000 in direct wages to some of the most vulnerable women here in Dallas just in the past year and a half. And what's really exciting is with our current retail pipeline, we're projecting that we'll distribute over $5 million in direct wages by 2022. So we've been honored to be featured on some just incredible publications. Forbes has encouraged us for skipping the traditional for-profit model and doing this work as a nonprofit. We've been honored by the National Retail Federation as one of 25 brands reshaping the future of retail. We've been lucky enough to appear on CNN and Fox Small Business, and our products have donned the pages of Vogue, Harper's Bazaar, and Town & Country. But what makes Akola so special is not these accolades. It's the fact that our business has literally been built by women in crisis who just needed the opportunity. You can see this picture here. This is a group of our women working at the Dallas Housing Authority, making jewelry for a luxury retailer. That's pretty amazing, isn't it? They're redesigning their stories, but also the stories of the children that live in their homes. What's special about our model is there's a huge multiplier effect. The average woman we work with between Uganda and Dallas cares for about 7 children in her home. So that's a huge impact. And the best part is we're just years away from self-sustainability as a nonprofit. This year, only 30% of our revenue is donor funded, which is pretty exciting as a nonprofit. And we're projecting by 2022 that we won't need another donor dollar to operate. What's really exciting is not only are we building a successful manufacturing business, a retail brand that can compete in the global marketplace, and nonprofit program that's thoughtful for the women in our program. But we're building a new nonprofit model that we think others can replicate. If you look at these pictures here, there's 600 women on this screen. That's how many lives Akola is impacting, how many women are in our program just this year. And we are excited to scale to help more and more women rebuild their lives in the most desperate circumstances. She was so passionate about caring for her family, for her children. She just needed the opportunity. And now she works. The mission of Akola is to empower women to become agents of transformation in their families and communities through economic development.
I am one of those women that lives have been transformed because the Akola Project. Before I came to Akola, I was living a life of addiction. I had been in my addiction for a little bit over 25 years, and today, 4 years later, I can say that I am clean and sober, and I am really loving my life.
The heart of Akola is equipping women not just to survive, but to thrive.
I am getting ready to attend school this summer. This is like the best empowerment program that I can think of anywhere.
These women who've never had formal employment, never been given an opportunity, are becoming leaders and change makers in our business. Women at Akola are using jewelry to design their own story. For every necklace that you buy, there's a story connected to that that's so much bigger than the woman herself. It's a story of a woman who was never given opportunity and now is not only providing for her family, but starting small businesses that are investing in her community.
If somebody knew where you came from, but they seen something in you that you didn't even see in yourself, that's a lot. That's a big impact.
It's the story of hope.
Akola has helped me design my story.